What is going on, people? DJ's here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today, we're looking at a standard match I played back in February, March, April, that time period of the year. An older map, Love and Literature, LAL. But first, let's talk about the reason I chose this game is because of the matchup here, Von Bolt versus Sasha. Now, if you watched my Choosing a CO series, I originally said that Sasha can be a little bit more of a stally CO. I kind of take that back after some more exposure over the years, or 1 year. And Sasha is definitely a more aggressive CO because of her income advantage. She will get an income advantage unless you play completely awful as her, due to her day-to-day power giving her an extra 10% income, essentially, in normal standard play, or 100 extra gold if you want to be technical about it. So Sasha wants to be aggressive and tech up early, and I just wanted to show this game of how to play Sasha correctly because we have a high-level player, Zhaotiantong. I like Zoshin because it rhymes with ocean, it's easier to say. Maybe for Mangs or Starflash, the first thing you think of is lotion, but Zoshin. Anyway, this guy's a good player. He's an old school player. He's been playing for ages, man. I looked at his profile, and he was only like 1,300 or something at the time, because he doesn't play that many more games these days, but he was like playing back in 2012 or some crap, and he's won like tournaments and stuff. He's active on Tiny Wars. He plays Days of Ruin a lot. He actually has a character on Tiny Wars. That's how much he's dedicated to the game. He's been playing Advanced Wars forever. That character is broken, by the way. That thing needs to be banned. Ban Zhaotiantong, in my opinion, on Tiny Wars, but that's another thing. Anyway, today, we're going to be looking at the Von Bolt versus the Sasha matchup. One of the most common matchups in Tier 1. Sometimes you see Hawk versus Sasha, and Sasha should win that. Sometimes you see Hawk versus Von Bolt. I don't know. It depends how big the map is, but I guess Hawk should win that. There's kind of a little triangle going on, and Von Bolt versus Sasha is a complex matchup. It really depends on the map and how you play it. Ideally, it's a close call. If it's 2 base, I'd say Von Bolt should win. If it's a 3 base, I'd argue that Sasha should slightly win if played absolutely perfectly. But it's a very close call. So I wanted to look at this matchup. Anyway, we got this map right here, Love and Literature. It's a 1 airport and 1 base and airport versus 2 base map. Pretty standard, easy comm towers, pretty wide open middle. These are very contested properties. A lot of terrain, a lot of forest that get in the way. The HQs are semi-exposed, actually. I mean, they're 1 turn away from this base over here. And from the airport as well, but they're still sort of exposed and you can get some walls going around them. So there is a little bit of a vulnerability to a HQ rush. But I like this map. I think it's pretty good, strong map. It was in the rotation back in February, March, April time period, but it no longer is. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good matchup. And without further ado, let's just get into the game. Don't want to go too much into depth. So it starts off Zhaotiantong at the top. Tongy with the red star. I'm at the bottom in the orange magoos. And pretty standard stuff. Some people like to go for this cap right here, rather than the base. Now you'd be thinking, why the hell would you ever do that? The reason being, you can get a tank a turn earlier if you get this cap over here, rather than the base, and get a tank rush going, and really pressure the weak side over here. What you want to do is get a tank here, and then interrupt this cap on the weak side, so they never get this cap, because look, if I get this cap, I get the chain here, or here, etc. So there's a nice chain over there. You don't want to let your opponent get off the chain. You want to block them with a tank on the strong side and just really get the pressure. Recons are also pretty strong on the weak side, but you don't really want to have a recon on your weak side as well because they'll stomp you. But maybe you can put a recon on your strong side in this base over here because of all the roads and all the cities and all the bases. But anyway, Zhaotiantong, he might just be playing around because you can do this, then you go over here next turn, and then you cap because it takes the same amount of turns. See, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, so it could be a little teasy. Let's see if he's a tease or if he's for real. He's a teaser. He's a teaser. He just wanted to fake me out. He's not going for the early tank, although he might get an early tank because he is Sasha. So Sasha does have that advantage on this map. She can get a tank a turn earlier. She can actually get one this turn. She has 8,000 gold, whereas I'll also have 8,000 gold. Well, if she was player 1, she wouldn't have enough money for a tank this turn, but since he's Sasha, he can do that. So pretty standard stuff so far, nothing out of this world. He builds on the strong side. I build on my strong side as well. I could have echoed over here, but I really wanted to develop. I wanted to get this property and this property and this property. There's a lot more things to capture over here than over here. Over here, I already have everything in position to cap. This infantry goes here to cap the comm tower. This infantry goes up here to capture this or this. Like, I needed infantry on my weak side more than I needed infantry on my strong side. Despite having the tank over there, I'll build a tank next turn. My tanks are stronger. I'm Von Bolt. Got that 10-10 defense, baby. No one's got any comm towers yet. My tanks are just going to win in a tank war. So ain't no thing. He's going hard in the middle, brings his tank down. It's pretty standard. Like I said, 2 turns, you can interrupt this cap over there if you have nothing to defend. But I will have something to defend. Oh yes, I'll have my tanky poo. However, this tank, since I'm not Sasha, comes at a cost. I only had 8,000 gold, which means you got it base skip. But like I said last turn, I don't really need infantry that much on this strong side over here. I mean, it'd be nice. I don't like skipping, but it's not really preventing any future caps in the near term, so I didn't really mind too much. He brings his tank in that god-forbidden spot to interrupt my cap, but I'm not even capping there yet. I'm a little delayed over there, but I don't really care because I will have tank backup. Brings another tank on his strong side and on his weak side. Things are going pretty according to plan on both sides over here. We've got some nice chains going on. I bring my tank over here. We love these little missile silos. Those little missile silos, they're the roost. I just love some words you just love to say. One of those words is roost. Just love being in the roost. Can't complain. But yeah, the tank change has begun. He's doing a front switch, which is a little interesting to me. I guess he really wanted to interrupt this cap, but I'm not going to be capping it anytime soon. But right now he has tank superiority. He's going to have 3 tanks versus my 2. Actually, no, he doesn't have tank superiority. 1, 2, 3. I have tank superiority. Von Bolt, baby. So, feeling pretty good so far. The game is going well. I know he's a formidable opponent. I'm not going to take him easy. I do a front shift to the middle. I built a little Riki over here because I know that little infantry is going to be tempted to get that. I already got this one over here, so I'm a bit ahead on the cap. And he can try to kill it, but I got my tank over there. I got another tank coming. I got an infantry there. He's a little bit delayed over here. So if I can stop him getting that cap right there, I'll have an income advantage. Well, not actually, because he's freaking Sasha, but I'll have a pretty even income advantage, and all my units will be 10-10 stronger. So just holding 1 extra property over Sasha, that would be glorious. So I have that in mind. I'm like, you can't get that shit. I'm not going to allow you, so I build a little Riki over there. Enrique the Recon, as I like to fondly call him, when he does good things. When he's a bad Recon, I call him a little piece of shit. But tempts me over here as a little bit of a bait. And let me tell you why it's a bait. So this tank can't reach, but this one can. So if I attack here, he's actually, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can reach this area in 2 turns from his base. I, on the other hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot reach this spot right there. Cannot reach that spot right there. No matter what way I go with this tank over here, it takes 3 turns to reinforce. It may look dead even that it's in the middle. It's actually an overextension if I attack that tank. So let's see if I attack it. This was a little bit ago. Maybe I was a younger Deej, a less wise Deej. I see a free tank hit, maybe I go for it. Because I do want to capture this over here, and I do want to capture this, so maybe I need to relieve some of the pressure by attacking. Bring my little Riki over there. Really want to put the pressure here. Yeah, my tank comes in, kaplow. I don't allow him to get it. And I do go for the bait. Boom! It's a glorious trade, though. 9-4. You love to see it. Love to see that 9-4. Bring my tank over. This one at least will have some coverage. But he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll probably build 2 more, maybe? Yeah, so we're pretty even on tanks. But he has the advantage. He's 2 turns away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he's only from this base. So this base, he's going to have an advantage. He won't have an advantage in this base, but he has a stream of tanks coming over here. So a bit scary. I go for it, though, because I'm a little behind in capturing the middle. He's going to get that property right there. I'm behind right here. So he's stronger in the middle than I am, typically. But I do have recon pressure over there, so this is not going to be an easy cap for him. I really want to maintain that income advantage. As Von Bolt, you can basically win with that. Look at that exchange right there. That's the power of Von Bolt, baby. 6-6. Combines the units, which I actually kind of like. Rather than just going back to heal or letting it be a sitting duck for this tank to KO next turn, combines them. Then attacks with that tank. Good favorable matchup right there. I can attack again with this tank over here from the forest, which will do a nice sizable roll. But now he's just got so many infantry and tanks in the middle. I'm a little more dispersed. He's going to capture this property in all likelihood unless I interrupt, and I'm not looking like I'm going to capture that. I will capture this one over here. So still looking pretty favorable for me, though. I'm not gonna lie. And actually, I go for the HQ cap. I didn't even notice that. It's kind of weird. What? Why did I just realized I went for the HQ cap. I just wanted him to dedicate a tank over there, I think, instead of an infantry. The Deej has some feist, man. Not letting him capture that. Not letting him capture that. So I will have a pretty sizable income advantage. I'll have a 2k income advantage if all things hold true. Builds a copter, though, so that's kind of why this is dumb. I was like, oh, maybe it can force a tank to attack. But he can also have a copter attack as well, so it's kind of... It was dumb, but it was fun. Going for a day 9 HQ cap. Not many people can pull that off, but I like messing with my opponents sometimes, so... Good engagement there, Kaplaugi. But he interrupts my cap over there. My recon comes in, and I attack with my infantry. Now, the issue with this is that tank is going to get on that property and completely blow that recon to smithereens. Or we can actually just go on this plane over here, and they can cap that, or double hit KO my infantry. Now, this tank cannot reach that property in one turn, so the reinforcement will probably not be able to hold this property forever, since this is a 2 base over here versus a 1 base in an airport. So was it wise for me to do that? Honestly, what I think I should have done is attack with an infantry, leave the recon over here, bring a tank up, make another tank, and then next turn, if he tries to stay there, then I have a tank and a recon and an infantry to attack all at once rather than just 2 units. I just wait a little bit, hone down, and then BAM! I go for the attack. Sometimes I think I lacked a little patience in this game early on. But I come in, go for some nice rolls. I get it, because hashtag cool. That's why I got it. Instead of combining units like he did, I opt to heal them because I love my unit count. Unit count is king, as I say in most of my videos. Bring my tank over here. Ideally, I actually should have brought it over here, I would think. Because then I can have a reinforcement in one turn, and it can go to the side, and it can go to the middle. Over here, I'm a little bit limited to defending the recon, rather than being able to swing in the center if shit hits the fan there. So I'm not getting this property, though, which sucks, and he's getting this property. So I only will be ahead 1k in income. 1k in properties. We all know Sasha's wonky bullshit, but I can live with that. I built an anti-air on my strong side because you gotta do that shit. But anyway, market crash comes in, he gets 10-10, erases all my power. Tank comes in, Kapauga. Kapauga. Still on his side, like I said, this is a favorable position for him. I should not be fighting there in the long term. Some might be calling it a lure, like I said in my reaching 1300 series. It might seem like a good engagement early. Oh, I got a 9-4. But then if I keep going there, he's going to have more reinforcements than me. He's going to reach it faster. The copter's going to reach there in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so over in this one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I will reach that. But anyway, you got to be careful about overextending. That's kind of one of the themes of this match. He kills off my recon. It was a kind of a freebie, but I do interrupt that for an additional day. Was it worth it? Jury's out. Probably not. I would have rather kept that recon alive. We like our live recons. Personally, I do at least. Maybe some people like dead recons. But I go into the fights. I'm still overextending. It doesn't seem like it, but I am overextending with my tanks. I do some rant. You know, sometimes I have the temptation to get free kills on infantry. I do that with my tank. Now it's off in the corner, not doing jack shit, where it could be doing something in the middle where I need them. I have 4 tanks in the middle. He has 1, 2, 3 tanks in the middle. But this one can shift over there and kill that infantry, so... He definitely has better control of the middle than I do at this point. Again, I bring my tank over there. I think I should have brought it over here. Have another tank there. It has good defense. He's not threatening an HQ cap. I don't know. I think I was just very scared that he'd go on my HQ for some reason. I should have brought it over, though. I shouldn't be scared of this tank attacking here and this tank attacking here, because I will have backup. I'll defend with this, and I'll defend with a home-based tank over there. So I didn't really like my middle positioning in this game so far. I was a little off on the sides. I was doing well on the sides. Like, I'm more developed over here. I'm more developed over here. But the middle is more crucial. I'm not getting this cap over there. He's got a nice presence in the middle. He's Sasha. But I would say, do I have the lead right now? It's close to call. I'd say it's pretty dead even, to be honest. I don't think anyone has the lead. Although he has the positioning. So maybe right now he's swung to the lead because I am just not... He's drawing me into this fight. He got the lure, and the lure is working. I had great engagements at first, but is it worth fighting in the middle still? No. Copter comes in, bringing in artillery. And now, this is where Sasha comes into play. He builds the Neo tank. Now, Sasha can build a Neo tank, not every turn, but pretty much every other turn. 23k income. I have 21k income. I cannot build a Neo tank that frequently. So what do you do when your opponent techs up? There's a few options you can do. You can build a bomber. When I say tech up, I refer to a Neo tank or a medium tank. You can build a bomber. You can build copters. You can build artillery, or you can tech up yourself. It really depends on the map. My go-to, because I'm such a spendthrift, is usually for an artillery. Build 2 artillery, 12k, neutralize medium tanks, neutralize Neo tanks. They want to stay away. Artillery are the best option if used wisely, because you can still be building tanks elsewhere, you can still be building copters elsewhere. Artillery are ideal if you can make it work. Second choice is typically teching up yourself or having a bomber or something, but in this instance, I opt to go for the artillery, I believe, because I want to save some funds, I want to have some tank pressure, I want to have unit count, I want to be able to build a artillery, a copter, infantry, etc. I don't want to be building 1 Neo tank or 1 medium tank and a bunch of infantry. So I opt to go for the default attack. See, here I am. I'm going off over on the side over here. And to my credit, I do stop that city over there, and I plot my tank there, so it's going to be a little difficult to stop. I build a copter, like I said, because I'm building artillery spam. Now, we'll see how it works. Like I said, if you can make it work, 2 artillery. 3 artillery total, I just make 2 artillery this turn. I mean, there's some pretty good positioning over here with the mountains. You could plop them over here. It's a little passive. The issue with artillery is they're very passive. They're cost effective, but they're very passive. You have to be able to hold your properties. Like if I back up over here, I'm conceding this property, I'm conceding this property. I mean, I could put an artillery there or something, but you're really conceding a lot of field. If you can somehow still win while conceding and saving some money with these artillery, then you basically win. But it's a lot easier said than done. I'm having trouble capturing this property. I get close. I needed 3, and now I'm down to 1 HP. So sadly, I'm probably not going to get that property. And he's bringing his Zod artilleries in. He's got a lot of units in the middle. Notice, I actually do have count advantage right now. If we look at the statty poos, I have 6 kills, 4 deaths. I've killed 2 tanks, just lost 1. Not bad. So, not too bad. But the thing is, my units are more valuable than Sasha's, because Sasha's units, he's got more mun. He's got some more money by virtue of having that stupid day-to-day power. But I bring my tankies in. I basically shut that down. I neuter that entire position over there. He's not getting that property anytime soon. But I can't really get it that much either. I mean, if I tried to stop it, he'd kill me with infantry and whatnot. A good counter to having all this artillery spam is having copters. So now he's starting to spam copters because he sees that I'm having all these artillery. Now, the thing about artillery is the hardest response to use effectively. You need to position them where they can't wall break you. You need to position them where they are still blocking your properties from being capped from the opponent by conceding the ground. Artillery response is my go-to, but is the absolute hardest to actually implement, especially in live play. In live play, if your opponent techs up, I recommend mirroring the tech up or going for copters or bombers, because artillery spam is very hard to pull off in live game. You have to use the move planner quite frequently. So I bring my artillery in. Like I said, I have a little wall here. I don't want to allow that. My goal right here, hold down the fort. Honestly, this income disparity is not terrible. I can probably win if I hold this and get this cap over here. I feel pretty good about myself. So I just need to hold the line. The thing is, I have pretty weak infantry walls. Nothing is guarding these infantry over there. Like I said, this artillery is guarding all these tanks, which is nice. And this is guarding these tanks as well. My infantry are ripe for the picking. I have a copter over here, but a little shaky. And the artillery spam continues. Now I'm going up to 4 artillery. Once you commit to artillery, there's no going back. The Neo tank is scary. He doesn't go straight in, though. He gets his positioning first. Brings an artillery in because he sees that I'm also spamming copters because I want some unit count. He's very patient. He's not going for the kill right now. He's going for positioning and going for my caps. We're going for this cap over there. I do not have an artillery in position yet. It's hard to position an artillery over here as well. It's a little late, actually. If I put an artillery here, try to block with infantry here, he's already got artillery there. So he's already secured that position, basically. So he's going to get that property. I'm already set in position over here, so he's not getting that property, which is fine. It's good for me, but this one over here, it's pretty much his at this point. I can sack some units to stop it, but it's not going to be pretty. As Von Bolt, I will 2-hit KO this infantry right there with 2 infantry of my own. because I do have a Calm Tower. 2020, automatic 2-hit KO, unless he gets a power right here. So I could 2-hit KO that and see if I can have some breakthroughs right there. But right now, it's pretty scary. He's got a Death Ball. Remember when I had my going to reaching 1,150 series video? I think I talked about the elastic band technique. I have an elastic band right now. My units are covering each other for the most part, but they're in a line, whereas he's more the Death Ball, just meat bunched together. He's like a big old meatball, and I'm like a flank steak, you know? I don't know if that's the best analogy, but that's what it is. So I'm going for this property over here. I'm like, okay, you can have that, but I'm getting this property, and we'll be pretty good. He'll have, what is it? Right now he has 21 properties. So he'll have 22 properties, and I'll have 22 properties. So actually, we'll be dead even, which is perfectly fine, to be perfectly honest. He'll have more income, but I'll have stronger units. So if I can get this property, maybe even threaten this property over here. On the weak side, by the way. This is a strong side, so he's conceding a bit by going hard in the middle. But I'm just healing my units. I'm staying back. I'm being pretty passive, because like I said, I'm happy with that. If I can hold the position, I can win. Now I start to tech up because I'm like, you know what? I can't just keep pumping out artillery. Like, it's so passive. I actually bring my artillery back over here because he's threatening to cap this, but I don't want to allow that too easily. Let's see if I can get my artillery in range. I do not. Neotank comes in. So Zhaotian, he sees an opportunity. He's going to get his power. He's going to definitely pop that. After this, I suppose. Oh, he's waiting to pop his power. He found a wall break. Unfortunately, like I said, it's the hardest to plan for artillery walls. And he finds a break. Boomba. Copter. Babaloomba. Baboombla. And now I have a pretty good counterattack. This artillery is going to attack. This artillery is going to attack. I have a copter over here. This copter over here as well, but he's got double anti-air. See, my artillery over here can't reinforce. My artillery here can't reinforce. You want to split up artillery when you spam, and unfortunately, he split me up in the middle. He really split me up like Moses parting the waves or whatever the hell. And that's exactly what you want to do when your opponent artillery spams. You want to split up the artillery. If you have 5 artillery in the same area, imagine 5 artillery over there, you're never breaking that shit. So luckily for him, he's able to split. So I was a little peeved by that, but it's not the end of the world. He's overloading me though. He's bringing in this artillery as well. If I choose to stay over here, he's going to blast me. It's looking pretty scary. But I have some ideas over here. I got tanks. I got this anti-air over there. Unfortunately, I will not be able to kill and reach. Does not use his power, though. That was the most interesting thing. He did not use his power this turn. He's saving it for a stronger engagement later. He's a little Zhaotian. He's a very patient guy. But I bring in my copter. Kapaba. I'm just making up random words every video. I attack the Neotank because I hate that Neotank. It's so annoying. I retreat on that side over there. Pretty passive. Now I'm cobbling together a little wall over here with my artillery. I'm like, reinforce! Go, go, go! I attack with my artillery. I don't know if I agree with that. These tanks are going to murder that artillery next turn. I do still have unit count advantage somehow, but things are probably going to change. Let's look at the stats. It's 6 to 8, so I still have 8 kills to 6 kills, but he's killed 2 tanks, 6 infantry. I've killed 3 tanks and recons and stuff. So yeah, let's see what happens. Bye-bye, copter. Oof. Tank comes in. Just kind of a weird. He's still not using his power. I was like, Zhaotian, dude, like what? What's going on, bro? Very strange. Infantry attacking. He's not using the super either. Just really weird to me. I think he wanted to get my power up because I was really close to getting my superpower. I think he wanted to tease me. He's like, oh, I'll let you get your superpower. Imagine Von Bull getting a superpower. I'd probably win there. I'm not going to be lying. Like, that would be dope. But sadly, ooh, brings it down. Tank, ouch, 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 ouch. Not looking good on my weak side. It was looking good over here earlier. I was going to cap that. Now it's looking quite awful. So what can I do? I start using my little DG brain. I say, okay, it's shit's hitting the fan over there. He's building another Neotank. I'm behind on income, or I'm going to be behind on income after we capture this property over there. What do? I get some decent engagements out of the line of the artillery, of course. And bring my copter in. It's going to die to this, but at least I'll kill the anti-air afterwards. Starting my copter spam. So after he attacks with this, I'll kill it. Then my other copter come in for a free hit. So it's not the end of the world. He's ahead on unit value because he's got more money. I'm still ahead on unit count, or actually we're pretty even on unit count because I just built my units. But it's not the end of the world. He did a good job splitting up. These 2 infantry are going to die, so I'm going to lose my unit count advantage. I think that was pretty dumb of me. Neo Tank comes in, really annoying. Breaks through another market crash. He's just tempting me. He's teasing me. Just so frustrating. And he goes for the HQ cap. I'm like, excuse me? You're not going to win. I'm not letting you win. You're not getting an HQ cap. What is this bullshit? I got my big old medium tank coming in. And I'm plotting something. I'm like, this messed up. You can build an infantry there. Let's I have some ideas. Kill the Neo tank finally. Kill off the infantry right there. Murder that anti-air. Start to overwhelm him. Big beefy medium tank comes in, gets a kill. Kill that infantry there. Attack the anti-air. Artillery. It's looking pretty good. That's a pretty solid counterattack. Let's go back to the beginning of the turn. 1,400. And he's got a power too, so good defense. 1,400? Or 140,000, excuse me. Boomba doomba doomba boomba. 30,000 in damage. Looking pretty good. Look, I was pretty low on my unit value as well. Not gonna lie right there. But I'm getting some ideas over here with the HQ. Let's not kid ourselves. I've got some evil thoughts going on. I combine units so I can get able to medium tank over here, reinforce. He probably needs to back up over here, and he probably needs to go back to the middle. These units are all going to die because I have numbers advantage. But he's got tech ups, man. Medium tank comes in, and infantry blasts. Tank blasts one of my units. Hey, another market crash. Oh, the market crashes never end. Boomba. Tank. Oh, that hurts so much. That's a terrible trade. Oh, and I don't have anywhere near the charge. I felt bad about that. Hey, that hurts. And then my anti-air is probably not going to reach that copter either. Oh, it's a brutal turn for me. I just had a good turn, I thought, and then this brutal turn comes. But I have my little idea over here. DG never gives up. Let's just say that. And I'm keeping an eye on him. What's he going to build over there? Is he going to just move the infantry out of the way? Okay, got an infantry there. Builds a copter and an infantry. And I was like, maybe that's enough? Let's go for it. So I just go for some bullshit. In the back of my head, I'm like, this is lost over here. I'm going to go just for the HQ cap. Let's see if I can do it. Cap. I block with an artillery. Pretty strange, huh? Block with infantry, block with infantry. Thing is, he will be able to 2-hit KO with this copter. So it's the follow-up that's going to matter. He's going to interrupt this turn. There's no questions asked. He's going to interrupt. I'm actually just blasting shit. See, terrible engagements. You know why I'm blasting shit? Because I want to get that charge. And then I want to get the superpower. Superpower extra defense on top of the HQ. So I'm just sacking shit just to get some extra defense. So I'm just attacking shit. Bring my medium tank in. I don't even know what's going on. I'm just trying to get some charge. I'm going crazy. I'm going wild. I'm building an APC because God knows it. I'm just going balls to the wall for this over here. But the medium tank can reach over there, so it's getting a little scary. I think he knows this. I leave this open on purpose, like I said, to get some charge. I'm like, yes, if I can get a superpower, oh hell yeah, let's go. But he's getting close to my HQ as well. So I'm getting a little sweaty here. I'm like, does he not realize, like, what I'm doing? I'm doing this on purpose. I'm luring him over here, so he brings his units over here while I can do this. So I'm feeling pretty feisty. I'm feeling spicy. I'm getting awfully close to my superpower, but he's getting close to his... I don't think he's going to be able to block it. Copter comes in. Infantry comes in. He's going to interrupt. Like I said, no questions asked. He's going to interrupt this turn. But let's see what happens. So he's getting close to his superpower, though. If I get the superpower, I'm going to get the extra defense, and I'll probably win. Maybe. But he's getting close to his... Now he's getting close to his power. That son of a little snitch. Getting close. He's bringing his infantry in. Kills my tank. Kills my medium tank. Gets the freaking market crash. My hopes and dreams. Just like that. Brings me down to 7. It's not the end of the world. 7's not the end of the world. But it's not pretty. Builds another copter. Builds a tank. Now this is getting questionable. Oh, I would have loved like a little extra defense. But I attack. Bring in the APC. I'm like, boosties, let's go, boosties. Please defend. Defend. I'm like, I need to block this medium tank from over here. I need to block, bring up all the blockers. We're going balls to the wall. I need to get this. This is going to wrap around probably, but I'm going to reinforce next turn. I'm just going balls to the wall. I need to get that HQ cap. That's my only hope. I am behind double in unit value. It was just so bad. Income's looking bad. He's going to get near my HQ, but I have a step on him in the HQ. At this point, it's all HQ. I'm just trying to block here. I'm fighting again for the superpower. I'm like, I'll just sack anything. I don't even care anymore. Just give me the superpower. I'm dying for it. But he brings the tank in, copter in, infantry in, kills my infantry on the HQ, and with that, my dreams are literally obliterated. I got Zhaotiantong. Ouchie. So, I thought about this game for a while. I ruminated on it. This, like I said, this game was played in, like February or some crap. He's a good player. But it got me thinking about what I did wrong against Sasha. And, I mean, at the end there, it's complete bullshit. Like, I sacked units on purpose. But where did I go wrong? Like I said earlier in the game, I think the first thing was overextension. He did a good job luring me with the tank over there. It was a great lure. I should not be fighting this close over here. He's going to get earlier reinforcements. And basically he got an income advantage or a unit advantage from there, continued on. He lured me. He used my own tactic against me that I taught you about in the Reaching 300 series. Now, what's funny is I was around 1300 at the time. So maybe after this I learned, and that's why I made the video later. I don't know, just a thought. But luring, very effective tool. He used it. He had tank advantage. He had the step on me over there. So I was behind over there in terms of unit. As you can see over here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, if you count all these together, 4 full HP tanks. And I just have 1. And then, like, 1 out of position over here that can't reach next turn. Like I said, that 1 space. Maybe if I was 1 closer. There's no forced here. By all means, I do that every day. But the lure really got me. Second mistake, the Neo Tank. So when you're Sasha, you want to tech up early to force your opponent. You want to build Neo Tanks early. You want to build medium tanks early to force your opponent to tech up themselves, which is more difficult, or to force them artillery. Now, artillery aren't really great on this map in the middle. They're great on the sides. You can plop one right here. You can put one over here. Wherever you want. You can put, I don't know, some bullshit over here. Maybe you can put one over here. It's not too bad. You can guard this and whatnot. Or maybe even put one here and have like tanks over here, have one there and lock that base right there. But overall, this is not a very good artillery map, so I think I made a mistake going for the artillery spam. I wanted to go for unit count, so instead of here, I had 23,000. I probably should have combined 2 infantry, this one right here, this one right here, and just build a medium tank, or a Neo Tank rather. My own Neo Tank, and just fought Neo Tank, to be perfectly honest. Or build a medium tank in one, an artillery on the other, and an infantry. Actually, that would probably be the best. Medium tank, artillery, infantry, don't even need to base skip or combine units. But this Neo Tank just went to town on me. I had to sack a copter, tanks, and everything to kill it. It took forever to kill. Finally killed it, but then it was way too late. He had his another one. He had a medium tank on the way. Zhaotiantong played Sasha really, really well. Now, Sasha into Von Bolt is not an easy matchup. 2 base, very difficult. 3 base is still hard, but it doesn't come naturally to people. Sasha is one of the harder COs to play as effectively because you need to use that advantage. Von Bolt's easy as hell. It's just stronger units. You're like, I'll just play the same as I normally play. Sasha, you need to be wise about when you tech up, where you tech up. He built the Neo Tank over here. He didn't build it over on his weak side. He got the closest area possible. He front shifted as well. He had tank superiority. He chose the areas where he fought to lure me in. And Sasha's just not an easy CO to play. She's one of the hardest COs to play in Tier 1. Von Bolt's the easiest. Probably Hawk after that because you just wait for your superpower. Javier. Sturm, I mean, is in Fog, so he's probably harder too because you have the recons and positioning and artillery because he's very indirect heavy. And then Sasha's probably the absolute hardest. She's got a bad rap because she's annoying as hell as facing Hawk because you never get your damn power or you don't get your superpower or even your damn power half the time. So such a pain in the ass to play. But a well-played Sasha, I give props to Zhaotiantong for picking Sasha here. I think she's the better pick, but very slightly, and you have to execute very well. It is by no means a given. So I props to Zhaotiantong for playing a well-played Sasha, teching up at the right time. He built a Neo Tank pretty early. He built a Neo Tank on day 16, which is pretty damn early, and medium tank even earlier than that, and medium tank on day 15. Sorry, wait, no, he built the first Neo tank day 12. So we're talking pretty damn early over here, okay? So I like the early tech up is Sasha. All in all, it was a good fight. I was not as good a player as I was today back then, because this is back in February, I was around 1300, and I fell for the trap of bringing my units over here. He used the Moses splitting the waters technique, got full center control. Right here is, I wouldn't say it's a lost game, but it's looking pretty damn bad. And he can split me up. I have to retreat over here, I have to retreat over here. I prevented this property, but at what cost? The middle is more important than just holding down this one property. And I later learned that. And he got his artillery in position. When you get your artillery planted first, you also have an advantage because I can't plant my artillery later, because this artillery will blast anything that's blocking the artillery and just pave the way for it to get it blasted itself. So, really played well by Zhaotiantong. I wanted to show some more losses. I've been showing a lot of wins by myself recently. I wanted to highlight some losses, some things I messed up, some things you can learn about playing Vulnerable versus Sasha. And just, yeah, because you got to learn from your mistakes. So I hope you guys learned something. This is more of an educational one than a banger. I mean, I thought I could have the HQ cap for a bit. That would have been pretty dope. But I hope you guys learned something. And see you guys next time. Peace.